Hi, I'm Andy, and it's time for the chocolate book tag. First up, we have Dark Chocolate, a book that covers a dark topic, and for this I went with The Secret Keeper by Kate Morton. This book opens on a scene where a young girl watches her mother murder someone, not in a psycho killer kind of way, but in a seemingly self-defense-y kind of way. She doesn't really understand what's happening, and now, as a full-grown adult, when her mother is dying of old age, she's rediscovering what really happened on that sunny afternoon. White Chocolate, something that is lighthearted and fun to read. For this, I'm doing Cinderella Screwed Me Over by Cindy Madsen. This is just a sweet romantic contemporary. As you can guess by the title, it's very just sarcastic and a little gritty at times, but still has just the warm sweetness. It's the kind of book where you sort of know how it's going to end the whole time, but you still enjoy seeing how those characters will get there. Milk Chocolate. What's a book on your TBR that has tons of hype? And for this, I have to say, The Host. This has been on my TBR for over 2 years. I'm only this far into it, and I haven't picked it up in ages, and at this point I feel like I just it's not even that I want to read it, I just feel like at this point I have to read this freaking book. Chocolate with a Caramel Center. What book gives you that warm and gooey feeling? I absolutely have to say the Avatar comics. Not just specifically The Lost Adventures, but all of them. It's not even that the Avatar comics have a story that's inherently like happy and warm and gooey, but this show and just the Avatar universe has meant so much to me from the moment I watched the first episode premiere on Nickelodeon. This show has been such a part of my life. It's pretty much the first fandom I ever belonged to, so this absolutely gives me all the warm, gooey feelings. A wafer-free Kit Kat, which by the way sounds really weird. This is a book that surprised you, and it might seem strange, but for me, that's The Hunger Games. The reason this book surprised me is because I read it having no idea what it's about. I got it recommended to me just by a YouTuber saying they'd read it. I got it right after the second one had just come out, I believe. But no one I knew personally had read this book, so I didn't know about the arena or anything. I thought this was a book about people dealing with the consequences of starvation. So when I read this and it starts dealing with all the stuff in the Capitol and they go into the games and it's her and PETA, I was just like, what the actual hell? And of course I loved it because it's amazing. We all know it's amazing. So yes, despite its now massive popularity, I was surprised when I first read The Hunger Games. Next up we have Snickers, a book you're going nuts for. For this I'm going with another comic book, and it's Rat Queens. This is volume 1 by Curtis Wibb and Rock... You know what? I'm not going to say their names. It looks like this if you want to buy it. I'm obsessed with this. I just read volume 1 like 2 days ago, and I immediately got on Amazon to place an order for volume 2. It's not for everyone because it's incredibly just raunchy, but I love that. It's gory and it's sarcastic and it's inappropriate and it's just badass chicks being badass chicks. I love Rat Queens. Next up we have Hot Chocolate. What book do you turn to for comfort? And I am saying the entire Percy Jackson series. I love this series. I have never read books as quickly as I read these. Not that they're very long, but still, I've reread these more than any other book series, and I just absolutely adore them. They're sweet and they're heartfelt and you're invested in the characters. I've read them so many times that it's comforting because I know exactly how everything plays out. And it's a very short series, so it's pretty easy to go and reread this. And last but certainly not least, the Box of Chocolates. What series do you think has a little something for everyone? Anyone who knows me will not be surprised that I am saying the Lunar Chronicles! The fourth and final book actually comes out today. I'm like making this video while I wait for the Amazon package to get here. I need it so bad. The reason I think this series is so like a box of chocolates is because it actually does have a bit of everything. They're fairy tale retellings, so you have that, but it's in a sci-fi universe. While you have 4 female leads, you also get narration from male characters. While this book is very centered around romance, there's also really serious issues going on with things like warfare and the plague and political dynamics. You have Queen Lavanna, who is just a horrible villain. You absolutely hate her. So you get that black and white feeling of rooting for the heroes. Yet the heroes also have to make some very questionable moral gray area decisions. So you get both moral gray area and villains you hate. How does Marissa Meyer do it? I don't know, but she's amazing! I have no doubt that when I start reading Winter, it's going to prove to be an amazing ending. So yes, if you want Box of Chocolate reads, go with the Lunar Chronicles. And that's it. That's the chocolate book tag. I realized that this tag made its way around BookTube quite a long time ago, but I thought it just seemed like way too much fun to not film for myself. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you some other time.